Hi folks, and today we're going to talk a little bit about when you should bail on a run. Now, I'm not talking about you've got a nagging injury, there's lightning out, things of that nature, but when you're in the middle of a run, you're doing your workout, and there's a time when you should cut that workout short and not do everything that's been prescribed. Now, that shouldn't happen very often, but there are times when it should happen. I will tell you, nobody, myself included, likes to do that, but I can assure you, even the elites sometimes bail on their workouts. Technically, their coach is usually there with them, and the coach is the one that says, we're done for the day. It does happen from time to time, so I'm not there when you're always doing your work, so what should you be looking for that says this is one of those workouts where, you know what, I should be bailing on this? Well, the first one is if you're going to be gassed. So what do I mean by that? There are never really any workouts where we want you totally spent, done at the end. So let's use a couple examples. Let's say there is a 10 by 400 meter workout, or perhaps you're doing 18 miles. Well, you should be able to not only do that 10 by 400 at the effort that we prescribed all the way through, and the 18 miles at the effort that we prescribed all the way through, but if I were to sneak in towards the end and say, ooh, made a mistake, it needs to be 12 by 400, you should be able to do that. Now, you wouldn't want to do that necessarily, but you should be able to do that, and you should be able to do that at the same effort. Same thing, 18, sorry, I was kidding, it was 19 or 20 miles. You wouldn't want to do those, but you should be able to do those and do those at the same effort. On the other hand, if you're finished with this and you are gassed, there is nothing left, we've really overshot what we're trying to do. I do want you to work hard on some of your workouts, but there's never a time where I'm looking to have you give everything and there's just nothing left. So the next situation, and it's very related to being gassed, is if you're missing the workout goal. If we're no longer accomplishing what we set out to do, chances are being gassed is going to relate to that. That's another time where, you know what, it's kind of time to call it a day. So I'll use that same example. Let's say you're supposed to do 10 by 400 meters at 2 minutes. And you're starting out, you're right there, you're 158, 201, 159, another 159, and it goes on, then it's 205, then 211, and then 210, and you can't get there anymore. Not talking about the effort or adjusting for heat and humidity, we're talking about everything is pristine, it's just not there anymore. Then maybe that needs to be 8 by 400 that day, or that long run. All of a sudden by mile 16 of that 18-mile long run, you got to walk, you can't go anymore. Well, chances are, unless you've got to turn around and get back home, which is a whole other thing, then maybe that's all you've got that day, because the goal is not to have you walk on your long runs unless you're doing a run, walk, run strategy, which is an entire different thing. So if you're not hitting the goal of the workout and you've adjusted pace and it's not there, then it's perfectly fine to say, you know what, I'm calling it, I'm not doing all 10, not doing all 18, whatever that might be. Of course, the next question is, okay, I bailed, now what? Well, if you're like me, you should first of all be convinced that you will never race again. Anything longer than the junior jog, your career is over. But the fact of the matter is, that's really not true, because no one run matters. Now, if this is happening a lot, then that's something that we need to talk about. And in fact, when that bail comes, I'd certainly like to know about that. You look for the patterns. We do look and say, well, is there a reason for that? Maybe it was too close to another hard workout. Maybe you weren't properly fueled or hydrated. Sometimes it's just kind of the day. So as long as it's a thing that happens very rarely, no run matters. But if there's a pattern, obviously we'd want to look into it. So in conclusion, nobody likes to bail on a run. But if you're going to be in a situation where you're going to be totally gassed, or we're just going to miss the goal of the workout, then the right thing to do is kind of call it a day and live to run another day.